Hi, my name is Wheels, and I spent 20 minutes trying to make shoelaces look like a tie around my neck. I also just spent 20 minutes working out how to tie a noose. No, that's a bad joke. A little too soon for that joke, but it's true. Whilst trying to figure out how to tie a tie with shoelaces, I figured out how to tie a noose, which was actually knowledge I prior to did not have. Um, yeah, hi. My name's Wills. I don't know if I already introduced myself or not, but hi, my name's Wills. Um, each time I make a video, I wonder what I'm going to talk about, and then I write it down, and then I write the questions that I have for this video down. I normally choose all the questions or questions that are relevant to the topic. And I always have like a series of jokes that I consider making at the start that people would consider witty or funny. Um, One thought that I've had recently is I've always thought it would be awesome to have backup dancers for everything. Just just every action, just all if I was rich, put it this way, if I had loads of money, one of the first things I would do is just hire a bunch of backup dancers. I wouldn't even dance. It's just every time I'd be like, hey, look at that. I would want like five people to also be pointing at the same place. Just I don't I don't know about you, but personally that thought entertains me quite a lot. Um, so I didn't know what to do this video on. And then I realized that I haven't done a video since I got my infusion, and you know, I haven't been on since then. I've been on Google Plus, and I've been on the Facebooks, and I'm actually having a crack up conversation on Facebook right now with some of the people I know in real life. It's actually quite funny. Um, what I'm doing right now is rolling up my sleeve so that I can show you where I got the infusion. Oh god, the thing just, you know that little thing called a band-aid that people put over wounds? Yeah, well, it just sort of came off. Um, that there is where I got it, because this band-aid's basically already come off. There's a tiny little dot there. That's where I had crazy powerful super drugs injected into my skin. Not into my skin, into my body. So I figured, because I left you guys kind of in the dark about that, because there's kind of not much I can talk about it until I've actually had it, and then I can talk about it. I would have loved to have filmed the actual procedure for you guys, as that would have made a much more interesting video, but I couldn't because of like legal policies and like privacy laws and stuff. I couldn't actually film in the hospital. I asked, believe me, I asked, and they told me no, you can't actually film in here. There's too much private information in this facility. So instead, I wrote down sort of what I was feeling while I was tripping out, getting an injection. Um, I wrote down on. By the way, I'm looking at an iPod. I've got notes loaded up, and I was sort of just tapping down when I could, what I could about the procedure itself. So I'm going to read that to you, and then I'm going to get to questions, and then we'll see about anything else. I can't film the procedure due to legal policies and privacy laws. I already said that. So I will write it down instead. There is an IV drip machine next to me. It lets off a weird smell of bland chemicals. So, I don't know if you guys know what an IV drip is. An IV drip's like a little bag. Think of any of those movies where there's a crazy person and they're dragging around one of those like things on like a rolling stand, and it's got like a little bag at the top. That little bag is an IV bag, and the machine is just sort of a machine that helps with the IV. And it was a really weird sort of smell. That smelled quite strongly of like chemicals and stuff. That's why I wrote that down. The infusion itself is one of the weirdest feelings ever. It is at first it feels nice. See, I was kind of tripping out a little bit, so my writing was kind of weird. a cold rush in my arm, but then it starts to spread. The rush leaves and it becomes a tingle. Then parts of my hand and arms get pins and needles, and then the itch hits. My arm, my hand, my leg, my armpit, my back, etc. They all begin to itch faintly. Now it hits. My eyes get a little foggy, and much like a camera adjusting, my sight goes in and out of focus. So that should hopefully give you an idea of what the side effects and the actual getting the infusion are like. The needle itself, not that bad. Then after a while of the IV drip going into my arm, I start to get all these weird effects, like my arm starts off tingling and starts off cold, and then it gets itchy, and this is as it spreads, like my palm gets itchy, and then I just randomly get itches just all over my body. They don't last very long, and they're not very severe. It's not like I'm going, "Argh!" But it's still there. Like I still get annoyed by the itch itself. Um, so hopefully that gives you an idea of what it's like. Sorry, I can't actually show you any of the stuff itself, because of legal purposes and whatnot. Otherwise, I totally would have. I guarantee you I would have otherwise. Um, so I guess if you have any questions relating to that, you can obviously send them to me, and I'll do my best to explain them to you. I'll do my best to explain the whole procedure to you and all of that as best I can. So I only have one question today, which is okay because I am starting a little bit earlier. Not a lot earlier though. But the one question I have comes from our very own Woody. Woody. I also realized I didn't make a coffee, which is really bad because I really want a coffee now, but that would require me walking over and making a coffee. And, Anyway, if you had to pick one food, one drink, and one video game for the rest of your life, what would they be? I wrote my answer down. Fallout is life. Fallout is love. uh, uh, I started playing Fallout 4, and it's more important than life itself. It really lives up to the hype. Like, oh my god! At first, it's a little bit hard to adjust to because it is quite weird and quite different. Um, but I consider myself an old Fallout fan. Um, I've played a lot of the Fallout games and I've finished them all because I'm the type of guy who will do one playthrough of a game and I'll bash it out as quickly as I can. Like I finished Far Cry 4. I did the alternate ending that you can get right at the start where you stay in the room. I did that ending like the first time, and then I blamed out the second one in like 6 or 7 days. I kid you not, just flat out, just blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you know it, but one of my all-time favorite games is a game called Enslaved. I really loved that game, Enslaved and Odyssey to the West or something like that. And I heard that they were making a sequel to that game, and I just had a total nerdgasm about that. I don't actually know if that's the case, but I really hope it is because I really love that game. Don't know what it is I love so much about it, but aside from the flying disc thing that you can ride on in one of the sort of sequences, and then you get to use from then. It's just so cool. It's just such an awesome game, and it makes you feel so badass. But anyway, to answer your question, honestly, the game would definitely be Fallout 4 because there's a lot you can do in that game. It's quite the Fallout series is one of those series that you can actually play and then come back to and play again, and then come back to and play again because they're just I don't know what it is. I get sick of games very quickly. Like once I've played through them, I probably won't play through them again. Things like that. Like I do that all the time. But hang on, computer died. But the Fallout series are all games that I've played multiple times. Actually, basically any this. I hate saying the name of the company. Bethesda, I think it is. Sorry if I pronounce that wrong. I don't know. Sometimes I can say it, sometimes I can't. But like their games are all pretty awesome. like I've played Skyrim and Oblivion. Like when I played Oblivion, like the first thing I did was just I discovered the fighting pit or whatever it is, like the arena, and I was just like, yep, screw the main quest line. And then I haven't actually, basically what I'm trying to say is I haven't finished Oblivion because I just started fighting in the pits, and that was all I did, was just fight and fight and fight and fight and fight, because it was just so cool and it was such a cool mechanic. And then ugh, I've completed Skyrim more times than any other game that I've ever played. Um, and I'm a guy who, if I like a game, I'll probably repeat it a few times. And because Skyrim has like 900 hours of gameplay or something, um, like apparently you can't actually complete Skyrim in your lifetime if you try to do all the quests, but the main quest line itself only takes 12 and a half days to complete if you play it non-stop. 12 and a half days is how long it should take you, roughly. That's how much gameplay it has in it. The main quest line. Because the main quest line's like, hey, you gotta go do this. Oh, no. Okay, that didn't work. Now you gotta go do this. And then it's like, then you go do that. And then it's like, okay, now we're gonna make you go through loading screen, loading screen, loading screen, loading screen, loading screen, loading screen, loading screen. And if you played Skyrim, you know that you're sitting there like, loading screen. No, but back on topic. The game I would choose is Fallout 4 because it's cool. I like it. Either that or any of the other Fallout games. Hang on, I'll just pick my questions up again. If not Fallout 4, then probably 3. I know loads of people would think that I'd say Vegas, seeing as everyone seemed to like Vegas a lot, but I didn't actually enjoy Vegas all that much. I mean, it was cool, and it was well done, and it was still a Fallout game, which still made it pretty cool, but it wasn't as good as 3, in my opinion. As for the food, it would probably be my favorite food, which is macaroni and cheese, because macaroni and cheese you can like variate and change. Like you can add bacon some days and eggs other days, and bacon and eggs, and just sometimes I like to mix up actually how I make it. Like I'll make the sauce and I'll make the macaroni itself, and then I'll add the sauce, and then I'll grab like mayonnaise, and I'll just scoop out loads of mayonnaise and chuck it in, mix it up, and then serve it up like that. That's how I normally do it. But obviously, then you can also put the two together, put it in a serving like dish, and get bread, toast bread very finely, blend to the bread, like mix like sugar. Obviously, you don't want to do that in the blender, but you take it out of the blender, mix some sugar and mix that all together, preferably brown sugar. Sprinkle that over the top, and that makes a sort of crumb sort of thing. And then you put it in the oven for. Oh, and obviously sprinkle cheese on top of it as well. But that's like macaroni and cheese is my favorite meal, and you can move around a lot. And before you say I'll get sick of it, I haven't actually ever gotten sick of macaroni, and I've been eating it since I was very little, and quite a lot of that. And one drink. Now this is the one I struggle with, because obviously my go-to is coffee. But the thing is, coffee, as good as it is, isn't the only thing I drink. Like I drink a lot of things. I mean, obviously, when I don't have coffee, I get angry. But if I have too much coffee, I get this weird taste in my mouth, and then I normally go rinse it out with water or something. So, I mean, I don't know. But then again, you can variate coffee as well. Like you can have it black, or you can have it with milk. You can have it with lots of milk. You can have it with sugar. You can have it without sugar. You can have it with honey. You can have it without honey. There's lots of ways you can make coffee, and you can also do different proportions and overpower it, like I normally do. Loads of people say you should only have 1 scoop of coffee, but I normally have 2, just because I like it more that way. I've always liked my drinks a little bit stronger than normal. But I'd have to say it would have to be coffee. If not coffee, then like rum, probably. I know that's weird, but I mean, come on, alcohol. Yay for alcohol. And plus, alcohol's good. Either that or a cruiser. I don't know if you guys have had a cruiser before, but cruisers are kind of like these fizzy drinks that have alcohol in them, and they're awesome. And I like them a lot. That and I got wasted on cruises once. It was pretty cool. Oh, loads of people would say whiskey or like vodka, but like I'm more of a rum person, to be honest. I like rum. I don't like whiskey at all because drinking whiskey's like reminds me of like hand sanitizer way too much. Like the first time I had whiskey, I was just like, "Am I drinking hand sanitizer right now?" Because I feel like I'm drinking hand sanitizer. That was also the first time I got wasted. I got wasted on whiskey, and I didn't. I love telling this story, but you know how when you see a drunk person and they're just like, and they're just like stumbling around like total idiots who forgot how to walk. Um, as a side note, when I first got wasted, I did exactly the same thing because I was like, I was walking, right? I needed to get from point A to point B, and I thought it would be easy. And I saw the ground, and my conscious mind was like, yeah. Don't even worry about it, Wheels. The ground is right there. Don't even worry about it. You'll be fine. And I was like, all right, because my brain's saying the floor's right there. I'll be fine. Bam! There is no floor there. Right when I go to take a step. You know how when you walk upstairs and you missed a step and you're just like, I did that, but it was flat. Like I could have sworn the ground was there, and then right when I was like transferring my weight onto the foot when I thought the ground would be there, there was no ground there, and I went face first into the ground. Pretty sure I blacked out after that. I can't remember exactly. So that was dumb. Um, yeah, this is a short video. I don't even know what to call this one. I'll probably call it Crazy Drugs, so you guys will watch it. And obviously, I took a photo of doing that, and I'm gonna make that the thing and the stuff. Oh god, I forgot Facebook. This is just a check. I'm having this really crack up conversation on Facebook about it. So I'm gonna go make myself coffee now because I haven't actually had one yet, and I'm gonna continue to trip out a little bit. And I'll be on all my social medias, which will be in the links below. But as a final note, I'm setting you guys a challenge if you've watched through this far. If you've watched through thus far, then I have a quest for thee. Which is, here's the thing. If you legitimately like this video, as in you legitimately liked the content I am producing in this and other videos, then I want you to like and reshare this video. If you legitimately do not like this video, as in there are aspects to this video, be that my face, be that my hair, be that my voice, be that what I'm talking about, be that jokes I made, if you legitimately do not like it for some reason, I want you to dislike it, and I want you to leave a comment explaining why. Adios!